I made it 5 pages, DNF'd it. The guy's name is Jim. I am your worst nightmare. All I know is that I'm excited. Juice, I would say, it just takes so long. I have decided to DNF. Done, finish. I'm feeling the homophobic vibe. That book was just not it. They're pirates. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Lauren, and today we are doing a TL SWAN taste test. So I have been wanting to read TL SWAN for a while, so I decided to challenge myself and read 4 different books from her collection and see how I feel about all of them. And the results were interesting. Obviously you guys will see that as we go along. Let's quickly talk through what I read and how I thought about them beforehand. So I was going to read The Stopover, Mr. Masters, Play Along, and Our Way. So I was anticipating liking all of them except The Stopover. That was my anticipation. I had thought that The Stopover and Mr. Masters would probably feel kind of similar because they're both like billionaire stories. I thought, you know, I might like them, might not. We'll see how we go. And then I thought that I would really like Our Way and Play Along because I had gotten the recommendation for those 2 books from Logan's Library on TikTok, and she said they were fantastic. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's try it out. I don't think this video went the way that I wanted it to. So let's roll the tape. So I'm gonna quickly introduce what I started with. So I had planned to start with The Stopover. That is a Friends with Benefits, I think, style billionaire romance. I was thinking this is gonna be a hit or a miss. I was either gonna love it or hate it. That was my anticipation. So let's see what happened. Okay, first book on my TL SWAN taste test is The Stopover. I'm scared because some people love this, some people hate this. I'm nervous. But I think I need something fast paced, smutty. I'm reading a lot of billionaire romances this month, which is kind of convenient. But let's see how we go. If I have updates, I will share them. This is set in Boston, which I didn't know. But TL SWAN is one of the sweetest humans I've ever met in my entire life. So I hope that I love everything she puts out. So let's see what happens. And yeah, all I know is that this is a billionaire romance. That is literally all I know. And I'm really nervous. So I'm gonna start reading and give you updates as I go along. I made it 5 pages into The Stopover before I DNF'd it. The guy's name is Jim, so it really took me out of the story. His name is Jameson, but goes by Jim, which just really took me out. And I'm like, don't know if I'm gonna keep reading it. And I just wanna read The Takeover instead. So we're gonna read The Takeover. This one's a single mom trope, which I much prefer. So let's go with this. Update on The Takeover. I'm 20% into it, which I don't know where it is in my physical book because I am reading it on my Kindle. Yeah, I'm like 90 pages into that and I'm really enjoying it. It's funny, it's very fast paced, which is kind of what I was wanting. I was wanting something fast paced at the moment, so this is perfect. It fits the bill. I'm enjoying it. I love the single mom trope. There is grief, there's gonna be some healing. I think there's gonna be a lot of funny moments and I can't wait to dive further into this. But at 20%, I think I'm really gonna enjoy this. I don't think it'll be a 5-star, but it could get an easy 4-star if it keeps my attention like it has been. So that's my update and I'll see how I go for the rest of the book. So I'm coming to you from my crazy kitchen, which is a mess. It's also getting very dark around here, which is fine. But I'm just here to update The Takeover. I'm like halfway through this now. Really having a good time with it. It is very good. Reading it is very funny. The plot is different than what I expected, which is nice. And I don't mind a bit of a different style of plot for a change. The spice is good. Everything about it is great. It's a really good time. So I will update you guys as obviously I keep going. But for the moment, it is not much happening. But it is very funny and I'm very much enjoying the character development of all the characters involved. Obviously, The Stopover didn't go the way that I wanted it to, and I was just like too taken out of the story to enjoy it. But I picked up the Takeover and actually fucking adored it. It was a really good book, a solid 4 to 4.5 star read. It was really good. I was so entertained. Like the funny moments was like, I am your worst nightmare, when he whispers that, and the funny kid moments and the way that he grows his bond with these kids and accepts them as their own was just amazing. I had such a good time reading it. There was something that sort of was like still stuck in my head, like the ending where like the kids end up in France. Like, how the fuck did these kids end up in France? Like, what? How? It doesn't really make sense, but it's fine. It's magic, movie magic. But overall, it was a good read. Mr. Masters. Now, I was intending to love this book. I was like, yep, this is gonna be a great book. I love single dad nanny tropes. This is gonna be amazing. It's set in the UK. I think it'll be so fun, and I had really, really high expectations. So let's see. I'm starting the next book in my TL SWAN journey, and that is Mr. Masters. This, I believe, is single dad and nanny, which is like two of my favorite tropes. Like, love them. So good. So excited. All I know is that I'm excited because I haven't read a single dad romance in a little while. And a rich billionaire single dad? Tell me what is better. Still haven't moved from my normal position, but here's what it is. I am like 4 hours into the audiobook of Mr. Masters, and I am loving it. It is so funny. The kids are hilarious. The nanny is funny. He is so attracted to her. It's iconic. There's so many funny moments. It is typical TL SWAN juice, I would say. Yeah, it's great. It is really good. There's a reason why she's such a good writer. She knows how to deliver on books and make them entertaining, lighthearted, easy reads. I think this could be an easy 5-star read, depending on how the third act breakup goes. That's my only gripe with TL SWAN so far, is her third act breakups. They're just like, there always is one. It's always over dramatic, and it's like, oh, can we just be adults? So yeah. So what's that? I'm like, there's 10 hours left. It's a 14-hour audiobook, so like a bit over a quarter. Okay, so I'm now officially over halfway through Mr. Masters. So what's that, like 8 hours? Yeah, so I'm just over 8 hours of the way through the audiobook, and it is still really good. I'm really enjoying it. I think my issue with TL SWAN is that she writes really long books, and they're very like, not slow burn because they're very smutty, but like it just takes so long. Like, there is a good like chunk in the middle that is just smut and no character development, which is fine. Definitely a fun reading experience, but it's something that I've just sort of noticed reading more of my books now, that I'm like, oh, what's going on, bestie? Like, I need more. That's my sort of next sort of opinion on this book. But I think the other two books that I'm reading in this challenge are shorter. So we'll see how we go. And they're very different from the other ones. Overall, I really enjoyed Mr. Masters. I thought it was a great read. It was probably a little bit too long. I think the problem with me for these first two TL SWAN books is that they're just overly long unnecessarily. There could have been a significant portion of that cut out, particularly when it comes to the smut. Like, the smut just gets repetitive and it just goes on for a good third of the book, and it's like, I didn't need all of this. And she obviously has very formulaic third act breakups. I thought it was really great. And the concept of like the Aussie girl going over there to be an au pair made total sense, because that is a very popular thing for people to do. But yeah, it was good. It was fun. I think there were some cringy moments for sure, but it was a good 4-star read. Our Way, I was totally expecting to enjoy. Logan has great recs, and I thought I would really like this. I was expecting like something quite action-packed and entertaining, and I just was like, what is going on? Before I started it, I started reading reviews, and I was like, okay, not sure how I'm gonna feel about this. And as I was reading it, I started picking up on everything that was happening, and yeah, it was not great. So let's roll. Okay, I am on to my next TL SWAN book, and I have just started on audio Our Way by TL SWAN. I'm like an hour and 40 minutes into it. I'm very confused what this book is about. It's very different to the rest of her books. My understanding is like a friends to lovers, but they can't be together because he thinks he likes men, but also likes her. Very early stages, no idea what to expect. They've had one sexual sort of encounter. He's gone to therapy for it because he's like, I don't like women. I'm confused. So, not sure. Let's see how we go. Very intrigued. But yeah, that's Our Way. I've heard very, very good things about it. So let's see how we go. One of my friends said in her Goodreads bio that this put her through the ringer. So I'm nervous. Don't know how to react. All I've read is that they can't have each other for whatever reason. Okay. I am just sort of 6 hours into the audiobook and I'm still unsure how to feel. Like, I don't know. Very slow. We're discovering new things about the characters. Yeah. It's definitely interesting. So I'm enjoying it. I'm just intrigued to see what's like so wild about it, but yeah, I'm probably about a third of the way through it. I've got 9 hours left. So I'm gonna go meal prep and keep listening, and we will reconvene later on. All right, folks, it is now, what day? Monday, and I am like halfway through. It's very windy. I'm just short of halfway through Our Way. Not much happens still. They go on dates, they're on holidays, they're vibing, they're hanging out. So yeah, overall, I'm just wanting more to happen because it's just not much of anything. But I'm gonna keep listening now while I make some breakfast and see what happens. I mean, a significant way through Our Way now, and I'm understanding why people think this is very homophobic. Yeah, I get it. This is not a good book. I'm very skeptical of how this is gonna go. This is just like trauma. This is just like extreme toxicity. There is not a single moment where these two people are happy and trusting of each other and getting along. It's messy. I'm decided if I'm gonna finish it. I may not finish it. I have decided to DNF. Done, finish. I'm feeling the homophobic vibes. There's not a single moment that these two people are happy except for when they are fucking. Too long, too much shit. What's going on? I'm not into it. I'm bored. Look, I'm bored. I want to read something else. I'm not interested. I will try play along, and then I don't know after that, because that was just, that book was just not it. We are at the last book, Play Along, and again, I thought this was gonna be great. It was Logan's Rec. I thought it was gonna be really good. But as I was adding it to my Goodreads, I was like, no one's read this. No one I know has read this. I was skeptical. And then I started reading it, and it just started off great. I was like, oh yeah, cool, this is gonna be a fun story. But then it just got wild. Like, okay friends, we are starting the next TL SWAN book, and we are starting Play Along. I'm doing it via audio because I'm just not investing any more sit down time until I've read this book. And then I'll decide whether I'm going to continue reading TL SWAN. Nervous. Because I specifically bought tickets for Love on the Beach next year because I thought I really liked TL SWAN. Now I'm not so sure. So let's go. Don't know what to expect. I'm nervous after Our Way. I am like an hour 40 minutes into this audiobook. I don't know, it's like a thriller, Captor Captive, and I'm like, I don't love Captor Captive. Don't love Insta Love. Don't know. It feels like they're pirates, but I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's weird. But I'm gonna go for a little bit longer before I consider DNFing. They're pirates. I'm not into reading about pirates. This is a no. This is a flat out no. Like, I'm not interested. I'm not gonna try and force myself to read a book that I just like have no interest in. So it's a no from me. Sorry TL, but we'll try some other ones in the future. But this one is a no. Like, flat out no. Okay, so of the books that I read, I had 2 hits, 2 misses. Yeah. Someone did say to me when I had put TL SWAN in my TBR, they were like, the stories get repetitive. I don't think Our Way and Play Along are for me. I'm gonna, like, they were straight DNFs and were not good. I will go back to the Mr. series. I think that'll be fun. I'm just gonna space them out a little bit more, maybe read one a month. and until February when I go to Love on the Beach. TL SWAN is definitely a great author for beginner readers or people that don't want a lot of depth in their books and they just want a good fun time, which is totally valid, totally fair enough. Is she for me? Like, I think potentially, and I do enjoy her billionaire romances for lighthearted reads. She does well with what she knows. They are formulaic, and I think for a lot of people that's a great sense of comfort and they enjoy that. So yeah, 50-50 results. I'm not mad about it, but it is what it is. I had a good time. I will continue to read from TL SWAN because I'm pretty much halfway through her backlog now. So, you know, it is what it is. But I hope you guys like this video. Please comment below if you've read any TL SWAN and what your favorite TL SWAN book is. If I haven't read it, I would definitely read it. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have some fun videos coming your way. Stay tuned for the next taste test because I think it's going to be a good one. Bye guys.